In this question, there is a hollow cylinder of mass m and it is formed in such a way such that its inner radius is r1 and its outer radius is r2. Now we have to find out the moment of inertia of this cylinder about an axis which is passing tangentially and which is passing through its periphery, outer periphery. So we have to find out the moment of inertia of this cylinder about this axis. So let us first of all find out the moment of inertia about axis number 1. Then we'll apply the parallel axis theorem and we'll find out the moment of inertia about axis 2. So first of all, to find out the moment of inertia about axis 1, let us consider an element. So this is an element and this is a elemental cylinder. So this is an elemental cylinder and you can see that this cylinder has a radius of so this is the cylinder and this cylinder has a radius of x and width of dx. So we have considered an element like that and this is an elemental cylinder. So first of all, let us find out the mass of this cylinder. So the mass of this complete cylinder is given as m and the volume of this cylinder, the mass m is distributed on the volume. So the volume of this cylinder is, let us suppose that its length is L. So the volume of this cylinder V will be pi R2 square minus R1 square into L. So this is the volume of this cylinder and its mass is distributed on this volume. So its density would be m upon rho, m upon V, and therefore the mass of elemental cylinder dm would be rho into dV. Now the value of dV can be calculated by multiplying the length, width and its periphery radius. So the volume of this elemental cylinder will be 2 pi x into dx into L. So this would be the volume of this elemental cylinder. So the mass of this elemental cylinder dm will be equal to rho, which is m upon v, into 2 pi x dx into L, and v is given as this one. Now we know that this element is a hollow cylinder and the moment of inertia of that hollow cylinder about its central axis is mr square. So di is the moment of inertia of this elemental cylinder. So di would be equal to dm into x square, where x is its radius. So I would be equal to integration of dm into x square, and the value of dm is equal to m upon v into 2 pi x dx into L. So this is m upon v into 2 pi x dx into L, and this is x square. So the volume is equal to pi into r2 square minus r1 square into L. So the moment of inertia I will be equal to m upon pi into r2 square minus r1 square into L into 2 pi x cube dx into L. So this is di, and cancelling this pi with pi. So I would be equal to 2m divided by r2 square minus r1 square and integration of x cube dx. Now the limit of x would be from inner radius r1 to the outer radius r2. So limit of x would be from r1 to r2. Now I would be equal to 2m upon r2 square minus r1 square, and the integration of x cube is x to the power 4 by 4, and the limit would be from r1 to r2. So I would be equal to 2m upon r2 square minus r1 square, and this is 4, multiplied by r2 to the power 4 minus r1 to the power 4. So I will be equal to m upon 2 into this r2 to the power 4 minus r1 to the power 4 can be written as r2 square minus r1 square into r2 square plus r1 square, and I will cancel out this term with this one. So the remaining term would be r1 square plus r2 square. So this is the moment of inertia of this hollow cylinder about central axis, axis number 1. So now to find out the moment of inertia about the axis number 2, I2, we can apply the parallel axis theorem. So parallel axis theorem will be I2 is equal to I1 plus m into distance. Now the distance between these two, this one, is equal to r2, so it would be m into r2 square. So I2 will be equal to m r1 square by 2 plus 3 by 2 m r2 square. So I2 will be equal to m by 2 is common, r1 square plus 3 r2 square. So this is the correct answer. So the correct option will be option number D. Now you can also solve this problem by that technique in which we find out the moment of inertia of the complete solid sphere of radius r2 minus the moment of inertia of the solid sphere of radius r1. So that technique is also applicable in this problem, but that would complicate the question. So I am not preferring that one. So this is the good method, and this is the optimum method to solve these kind of questions. Thank you.